Hi everyone, Ryan and I talked and decided that we were going to do a second video on Rosie Wants to Know with more direct questions and more direct answers. If there is a question, please reach out. This is about learning and growing and bringing in family and friends, and maybe those who see this video and look at it and go, hey, that's me. So that way they know that they're not alone, and kind of bridge those gaps and bring in a community. Knowledge is power.
Scary before you know.
Exactly. So with that, we're going to just dive right in. So in regards to nerve pain,
yeah,
can you describe what it feels like?
Well, okay. Are we talking about the fibromyalgia nerve pain, or the nervous system nerve pain that's associated with the FMDS?
Let's talk about FMDS, because that's the one that's not well known.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just oh man, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like the sensitivity on everything got turned way up, and sometimes it's so intense that it's like I can't really feel. That's how I end up with like scars, like this one. I just noticed this one today. I got a good bruise on my elbow there.
Yeah.
And I don't remember doing that because I was flailing when that happened, so I was very concerned with other parts of my body. I didn't feel it. So sometimes I don't feel much of anything in certain areas, but there are parts of me that just always hurt, my skin, for from 1 degree to another. On a good day, it's not too bad. I can ignore it or cover it up and not let it be seen. And on bad days, I can't wear any clothes.
So speaking of your skin, what does that feel like? Is it like stinging nettles? Is it burning? Is it itching? What is it that you're feeling?
It varies in intensity depending on the day and the experience. Like right now, it's like stinging nettles. It's hitting me on my legs, down my legs, and in my back a little bit. But some other days it's more intense, like cuts or scrapes, like down my back. Sometimes it can just feel like road rash, like raw, like when I was little and I would fall on a skateboard on the concrete or the blacktop, mm-hmm. and just hamburger the back. And then the sensation of the air hitting all of those cuts. If you took the pain of the impact out and the pain of the actual cut to the skin and just left the sensation of a cut, an open cut with exposed nerves, it's like that. And it's there in a flash, and then it can stick around for a while, or it can be gone pretty quick, and then it's just kind of an echo of pain.
Okay. In regards to nerve pain, the only pain I've ever experienced nerve-wise is an exposed tooth with an exposed nerve and a bad tooth.
Yeah.
Is that something
Yeah, yeah. That's when I first started kind of going through and thinking about how to explain how I felt when it was mostly the fibro, and the fibromyalgia. Those nerve points they're tender, but when I talk about the nerve action of it, the incredible jolt through the system, that's usually how I describe it, because I don't know, that's the closest thing I can think of that it feels like, is when air or cold water hits that tooth and you're just, you know, it's like a bright light and you're rattled,
Yeah.
it's like that. Yeah.
So when your pain tolerance is at its height, what can I do to help calm down your symptoms or help make you comfortable,
Um,
if anything?
uh, Not much. We've tried ointments and creams, and you know, and if it's an arthritis thing, or if it's fibro that's gone into a muscle knot, it can help with the muscle knot a little bit. But anybody with fibro knows that those things don't really do anything,
Right.
because the pain is still there. Just I don't know. You mean like darkness and because it's nervous system,
Right.
so we can't really do anything about the pain at the time. You know, we
Right.
just have to calm down the environment.
I think some of the things that is important to know in regards to our daily life and how we get by moment to moment, because it's not really day to day, as Ryan has put it to me as early as this morning, as it's getting to the next 2 hours of just having to get through his day. So, how he's feeling one moment may not be how he's feeling 2 hours from now or by the end of the day. Things can either change for the better or can take a drastic change, and he needs a complete change of scenery, change of clothes, darkness, everything to be quiet, or those are on like the worst days. When things are really good and he's feeling okay in his skin, he's able to wear jeans and a t-shirt or a jacket and feel comfortable in what he's wearing. Usually, if we're going out, he'll put on what he calls like public approved attire, and we'll go out and do whatever it is that we're doing. But the minute we get home, he's putting on something really comfortable.
Very light, very
So
soft.
I think the other thing to note too, for those who wonder what it's like behind closed doors, is that there's not a whole lot I can do other than just be supportive and patient and asking him where is he at, so I can meet him on his level and help with whatever needs that he may have, which again can change. Trying to force an issue, trying to force someone to feel better, forcing medications either on them or in them, I think is the wrong approach to this. You take away their voice, and we have open dialogue on what it is that he needs, and he tells me what it is that would help him feel better. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we just have to be sensitive with the medication too, because I react so poorly.
yeah. Ryan doesn't take any type of pain medications, because he's got complex PTSD, depression, and a couple other ailments. Anti-anxiety and anti-depression medications do not react well with his brain chemistry, and those cause some really bad adverse effects.
Yeah, manic reactions.
Yeah. So we go as natural as possible in regards to the foods that we eat. He doesn't drink anything from a can. We try not to eat anything out of a can. He has really changed the way that we eat. I say he because he's the one that does the cooking. So, um, but he's really cleaned up our diet, and that seems to help quite a bit.
Helps with the migraines for sure.
Um, what does the pain do to your mood?
Oh man. Well, there's a lot of different steps to that, you know, like because there's different types of pain, you know. There's the headache that I have always had, you know, or the pains that have been around so long I don't remember not hurting. And that's a type of pain. And then there's the there's the sharp pains that come, you know, and that's a different kind of a pain. I don't. It's some of it just built, and you don't really notice uh, how it's stacking up on you. You know, uh, like when you had that headache and you had it for a couple days, and it was the first time you'd had a headache like a couple days. And when you wake up like on that third day and that headache is just sitting there waiting for you, that's a different pain within you than it was on day one.
Right.
You know, and the longer it goes, the harder it can get to cope. So, uh, some of it, uh, I don't know. I ignore as much as I can and work through as much as I can on the pain, and realize that I feel that way. You know, mostly it's giving myself space. You know, because like when you're hurting like that, that rough response for me, that's response of you know, you just shut up, is because I feel pressure of I have to
Right.
this, that, or the other thing when I'm not capable. So my coping with that started within me of like instead of pushing them away, I just give myself some space. Like I don't have to. And I get up in the morning and realize, you know, the pain that I'm in and what I need to do to cope with that. You know, a lot of it is focus. You know, I decide. You know, I decide what I do. My pain doesn't decide. Some of it's like that. Some of it's, you know, rebellious like that. Just screw you, pain. I do what I want.
Right.
You know, but the the really sharp pain, the neuropathy, the nerve pain, and the feels like, you know, getting stabbed or electrocuted or whatnot.
Right. But it changes your mood.
Yeah, yeah, you have. Well, yeah, and if you understand that, then you can make the necessary adjustments to what you got to do. You know, like I don't know, I'm hurt, so I can't run, so I'll walk.
Right.
You know, and then if I hurt more, then I don't know, I'll put more down and crawl.
Right.
You know.
I think it's fair to say that anyone who has teeth issues or have um, sinus headache or sinus pressure, even if you wake up just not feeling good, all of us have a tendency to be a little crabby. But if you can put yourself into someone else's position where they wake up and they live their life in an undescribable amount of pain, what that must be like. And so some tips that I would like to share is, one, don't take anything personal. Everyone's allowed to be cranky and crabby and not full of hope and positive and a smile on their face, especially if they're just tired. So if he gets a little snippy, or if he sounds or looks angry, I have to take a moment and not take it personal. And the best way that I do that is ask him if everything is okay, and if there's anything I can do, and also open up the conversation to where if I did do something, then he has the space to be able to say, this is what I'm upset about, versus always assuming, oh, well, they're just in a bad mood because they're in pain. You don't allow any kind of conversation on if their feelings got hurt or
Because
something.
pain's like a magnifier.
Right.
There's yeah. And then, if you suffer from chronic pain, remember to be good to your friends and apologize if you have a cranky day.
Right.
Be real. I try to be real,
Right.
and let you know, like, I was crabby. This is why I was crabby. That wasn't supposed to come out so loud, or my tone. Oh, I'm sorry for my tone. I'm crabby. I don't. So, and I try to do that as much as I can at the time if I hear it, or just open to be apologetic later. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was in some pain, and it made me a little grumpy.
Right.
But that, I think the important piece for us that you're talking about is just that back and forth of communication, of you understand me and I understand you, and you understand me and I understand you. We're both reaching to the middle of that. It
Right.
takes cooperation and a willingness to see from the other person's point of view.
Right. Also, chronic pain can cause some really dark thoughts in people that are struggling or living with chronic pain, with PTSD, with anxiety and depression. If you or someone that you know are suffering with them, with these conditions, please reach out. Seek therapy. Reach out to the suicide hotline. Reach out to anyone, that your family and friends, someone to listen. If you don't have anyone, we are here. Please reach out. We're here to help, and we have a whole community of resources to be able to assist as well. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I mean, just to add to that, yeah, get somebody to talk to. Try a therapist. Worst case scenario, you just don't like them, and then you never have to see them again. Best case scenario, you find a good connection with somebody that you can talk to. That's more of like a sounding board. And you can go in and be honest about your troubles, because we all have troubles.
That's right.
It's not a failing to need to talk to somebody. I feel like it's very important to realize that on the other side of the screen, outside of your social media profiles and so forth, that you are a real person with real needs and real thoughts and a real life that doesn't fit on that screen exactly, because
Right.
that screen is just what we all hope it would be, not what it actually is sometimes.
Right.
And unplug and talk to somebody.
Yeah. If you have any questions, any comments, anything that you would like to know, please write that in the comment section. If you find any value in these videos, please like and subscribe. and buy Ryan a coffee.
All of that will be linked in the description below for everything. Yeah.
That's right. And so we hope you have an amazing day. Know that you're loved. And if you need anyone, we're here. Have a great day.